On page 27 in the Gold Prayer Book. Turn to page 27 in the Gold Prayer Book. And we'll recite the 7-limb prayer. Gosumgupe gone chatselo ngsham yitu cheti malubu tomene saditunta cheshag kepa gewanam la sheiram korwa matom bardule shune drola cherki kolo korwadam da jengena janchu chen porno. I'll turn to page 97 and we'll do the short mandala offering. Page 97. Saji perki Jushing metog tamri rablinshi ni degen pari sangye shingdu mikte uwa idro kunamdag jing la parshog jetsun lama dampa kenam kichur kukala kense jujin trig jitat sampet dujet zima la jab getcherki charpa waptu so idam guru ratnamandalakam niryatayami. Chudanso kichonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi dagi chernyengi pesernam gido la penchir sangetu pasho. Chudanso kichonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi dagi chernyengi pesernam gido la penchir sangetu pasho. Chudanso kichonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi dagi chernyengi pesernam gido la penchir sangetu pasho.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Geshe. Feeling better, Geshe? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, a little better. Yeah. Chugla, where we stop?
The encouragement to study, the start of stanza 2.
Can you say in English?
You want me to read the second stanza, Geshe?
Oh,
So stanza number 2, listen with a pure mind, fortunate ones who have, oh sorry, this isn't the translation you guys have. Those who are not attached to the pleasures of circling samsara, who strive to make freedom and endowments meaningful, who entrust themselves to the path pleasing the victorious ones, you fortunate ones, listen with a calm mind. So, what is the definition of attachment? Definition. The definition of attachment?
Oh,
Exaggerating the positive qualities of something.
exaggerating
The positive qualities.
of something. Something what?
Anything that isn't dharma.
Oh. Yeah, so exaggeration, so that's a part of the definition of attachment. Siben Deva, so Siben Deva. So what is the first line? What is it in English? How to say in English? First line.
Different translations put different lines first.
Mm.
The one that we're all using says, those who are not attached to the pleasures of circling.
Pleasure of circling. What does circling mean?
Samsara.
Pleasure circle. Circle means round. Yeah. So monastery, you get bread, for lunch or for breakfast. Probably monk do become attached to the bread, the circling things. That's the literally translation of word korwa. Korwa, so that's a circle, Korwa. That's a literally translation of word, Tibetan word korwa. No samsara. So now the question is, why is the problem? Why it's like becoming attached to samsaric pleasure? Why that's problem? Why that's problem? So it become problems for those who are seriously seeking liberations, freedom from samsara. Then become obstacles. Because you are seeking freedom from samsara. So then if you become attached to samsaric pleasure, so then probably you will not seek the way out of samsara. So they become big problems, not just small problems, they become big problems. So that's important to understand, you know. That doesn't mean it become problem for there has to have some goal, some goal. If you are seeking, seriously seeking liberation, which is no freedom from samsara, so then becoming attached to, you know, like temporary pleasure of samsara, you know, created by like this, like five object of desire, you know. So if you become attached to that, that means attachment, you know, clinking. So how you get out of samsara? How you get out of samsara? You get out of samsara by thinking, thinking the downside of samsara. That's the way to. That's how you get out of samsara. Thinking about, reflecting on the problem of, you know, problem of samsara. Oh, so that's, you know. So when you become attached to samsara, so then you don't see as the problems, you know. So then there will be no like. How is it? How is it? Genuine interest to get out of samsara. Okay. Kanda sibe dela machashi, sibe dela machashi, sibe dewa. Dewa means happiness. Happiness of samsara, happiness of samsara, happiness of samsara. So then when you think about the happiness, you know, when you think about the happiness, so there's like two types of happiness. The happiness that's related to the senses is considered as a physical, you know, it's very temporary because it heavily rely on external object. So therefore it's like, it's not very stable. Stable? It's not very stable. So then there's another type of happiness called what is called simgdewa, mental happiness. It's not necessarily dependent on external object, it's just by thinking, you know, just by generated by thinking. Generated by thinking. It's nothing to do with external object. So that type of happiness could grow immensely, does not require object to grow, you know, it's just part of the mind, it's just part of the mind by thinking. So that happiness is better one. So that happiness is better one. Simply the one. So then here, pretty much, you know, like becoming attached to samsaric pleasure or happiness, whatever you call. So that's like pretty much, you know, generated by five senses. So form, shape, color, you know, sound, smell, taste, tactile, those things generated this kind of happiness. And it's just, you know, it's just temporary break from something. Some problem, it's temporary break from some problem, and call it pleasure or happiness. It's not really happiness. It's just temporary break. So if you carry like the backpack on your right shoulder, long period of time, so then, you know, then you get, how is it? There's some pain. Is it already there right from the beginning? It's already there, but it's not very obvious. It's already there, you know. It's already there. So then when you shift your backpack on the shoulder, then you kind of relief. That's just temporary break. If you put it back, it will come again. It's just temporary break, you know, like one kind of problems gets temporary relief, then called pleasure or happiness, but they change because they heavily rely on objects. So the here, kanda sibedela machashing sibedela, those who's not attached to samsaric pleasures, and those not just that, top of that, and thinking how to use this precious life in the best way possible. How this precious life make more meaningful. The life make the life that you have to make this life more meaningful, more beneficial for your own happiness and happiness of other living beings. And not just that, then putting some kind of effort to make this life more meaningful. To put some effort. And not just that, but have interest, to show interest in the path. That please all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas on the path. So that basically Lamrim path that please to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. What? Because their ultimate wish is your freedom. The ultimate wish is you to become independent freedoms. That's the ultimate goal. That's why they generate bodhicitta. That's why they get enlightened, to benefit, benefit sentient beings. That's the only goal. So Jawa Chebe Lamla Yitembes, and also show like key interest into the path. They're greatly pleasing to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, greatly pleasing to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So then Lama Tsongkhapa called those people fortunate one. Then say, listen carefully. Lama Tsongkhapa said. Then like kind of like roughly explanation with my broken English. So maybe there's better translation than Shugila just read. Kalden, the fortunate one. Then Lama Tsongkhapa requesting, listen with a pure mind. So when you listen, there's three obstacles. What you call like leaky pot that's leaking. If you pour something in, so it goes something in, but it won't remain there because it's leaking. But you hear, but it just go from here to there. It leaks from here to here. So it just leaks from here to, then leaks from here. I'm not sure if it goes from here. Which ear hear first? I don't know. When you hear sound, which left and right, which one hear first? Maybe. If they hear simultaneously, then I'm sure where it will leak from my nose. Leaky pot. So make sure that make sure that we don't become one of them. So then the pot that upside down, that means you can't, no matter how much you pour, it won't go inside because it's upside down. You can't be like sitting. Somebody's explaining you can be there, but nothing goes in. So then the last one is like a pot that's been contaminated. No matter what kind of precious thing you put in, it goes in, it won't leak, it goes in, but it will get contaminated. It will get contaminated, nobody can use. You cannot use, nobody can use, it's contaminated. So these are the obstacles in order to receive teaching properly. So then pure, the Lama Tsongkhapa was requesting, like, listen with a pure mind means unbiased attitude. Unbiased attitude. And on top of that, have interest. Then listening with attention, listening with some kind of like concentrations. So that's why, they, on the top of the monastery, they put like Dharma wheel and 2 deers. So there's a lot of the animals, they lose their life because they are so concentrated on sound because for their survival. So, that's why, the deer symbolize, that's how people should listen, Dharma will symbolize teachings. So that's how the teaching should be listened, like full attention. Like the deer, they pay attention, every sound for their survival, they have to listen every sound. So that's exactly how we should listen, Dharma teaching like that. Yeah. So then see now what commentary says. So, 대야지 간다 시빈 대화로 이 끼지장 마차바 타버도바 타르버 톱데 젤라 단조 뒤에지 땡라 닝보 렘버 데버는지 람로 당서 someone who has very strong desire for seeking liberation, freedom from samsaras. Top of that, and to thinking how to make this life more meaningful for myself and for other sentient beings. Those and Lama Tsongkhapa said, that now the Pobonga Rinpoche, this commentary is by Pobonga Rinpoche. Make sure that they're saying it's very important to make sure that you don't, tune yourself into wrong path, lamlokba, wrong path, lamkol, lamji, yalakam, chashe, tsam mayimba. So not like then don't tune in yourself to the wrong path, the incomplete path, so because you have interests, so those interests may get wasted on the way. Very important. Chashe mayimba sanje jang tu chebe sheba tardu ma lama nuwa. So that need to enter into the path that please all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, or the path that's been walked by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That's the kind of path. Okay? Lama ko chatsangwashi labkwe. So 대답이 람라 로바드베 로마테 시잡발레 소네 로데 드니베 니모니지 차와ches. So now Lama Pobonga Rinpoche explaining, giving the explanation of the qualities that required by listener side, those who listen Dharma. So what kind of qualifications they should have? There's the 3 types of qualifications. Surne, there's like Pobonga Rinpoche quoting, there's like 400 stanzas of Madhyamanga Avatara composed by Aryadeva. So that's the text that has like 400 stanzas. So in that text, Aryadeva is one of the Indian masters mentioned the qualities of listeners. Surne means unbiased attitude. That's among those 3 qualities. That's the one. That's the most important one. Unbiased attitude. Surne, unbiased attitude. No dance, and like how is have wisdom, ability, wisdom. What's the wisdom called? Sharab, no cherub. It's called sharab. That's probably hard to pronounce, but so every thought comes with a wisdom. Every thought. If you remember, some of you may remember like 5 omnipresent mental factors. Does it ring any bell? Does it ring the big gong? They should ring big gong because we've already been talked a couple of times, not just about bell. 5 omnipresent mental factors. One of them is like wisdom. Ability to distinguish between, what needs to be practiced, what needs to be abandoned. So that's the lode. Unbiased attitude, lode, that need wisdom. Lode, Twenye was. Twenye means, and top of that, interest. Okay, interest. Nyembo. Nyembo means listeners. Nuji chawashe. There's the proper vessel to pour. If you want to pour something, there's the proper vessel to pour. That vessel has to have three qualities. So, loma chela yi rabdo tembe kaldenji dujan namji nizu ganjini chusum the trashing. So make sure that you don't like make sure that you have those three qualities to in order to receive this the teaching is considered as a nectar, so make sure that you become the proper vessels to hold. Tunjin Dushetu, Tembe Gone, Tawe Nyabakua was. So now Tunjin Dushetu, there's called 6 conditions. That basically refers to 6 different types of attitude. That didn't mention here, that didn't list it here. Seeing the Buddha, Shakyamuni, as a physicians, seeing yourself as a patient, even though physically healthy, but having all this, like I say, each time when we have disturbing thought arise, and we get kind of like, from Lamrim point of view, kind of get sick. So those disturbing thoughts is considered as sicknesses. So those sicknesses will never been healed. That's why, and based on that, then consider yourselves a patients. Then the teaching is like medicines. Medicine. So then Buddha is physicians. So there's the 3 out of 6. There's 3 that I remember. And so there's then say that there's 3. I do remember. That's like it's a little bit hard to translate.
From the Lamrim Chenmo, the 4th is think of earnest practice as the way to cure your disease.
So there's even Tibetan word is kind of long. The
5th is think of the Tathagatas as excellent beings.
Same Tathagata, Tibetan word called Tishin Shakpa. Tishin Shakpa means Lam Devan Shek, Tatha, Gat, Tata Gat means gone, like gone. The path, you practice the path, then you go through the path, then you achieve the result. That's the meaning of Tathagata. Someone who walked through the path, Lam Devana Shek, path that produce like uncontaminated happiness, going through that path, then achieve the ultimate result. That's the meaning of word Tathagata. That's Sanskrit word Tathagata. So in Tibetan called Tishin Shakpa. Kebu Tamba, holy being. Kebu Tamba, holy being. Geshe attitude, seeing the Tathagata, the Buddha is seeing Buddha as like holy being. Isn't it?
Then the 6th one is wish that the teaching will endure for a long time.
So then there's nothing much to say. Kanda sibe de la maja ginju da tanjo so changzemji so there's another way to explain. Then this is for the sake of knowledge. When you explain this teaching to someone else, so there's another way to explain the first line refers to renunciations. Second line refers to bodhicitta. Third line refers to emptiness. Wisdom realizes emptiness. There's one way to explain. Okay, this is for the sake of knowledge. And of course also sake of practice too. Not just for sake of knowledge or practice. So that's the one another way to explain. So now the how one should reflect on the downside of samsara. Yeah, samsara. So first of all, our lifespan is not definite. So there are like 3 different types of human realms. So there's 4, actually 4. We are one of them. There's another one, another human realms. They live 250 years. The time they're born, their life experience is guaranteed. They live 250 years. Another one, they live 500 years. Another one, they live 1,000 years. Here, there's no guarantee. So see, we are not only human. So if the scientists manage to find another human realms, for Buddhists, there's no surprise. It's not shocking news. There's already 4 different types of human realm do exist. But the majority of people are not able to communicate. But there's a way to communicate. There are some beings probably able to communicate. But people like myself, probably there's no way to communicate. So there are some people may. So then, how to reflect on the downside of samsara that is critical in order to liberate yourself from samsara. You need, if you look at samsara as a wonderful place to live, so then so there's no reason to why you're looking for a way out. All the life in samsara. Samsara is not a place. It's not a place. It's the cycle. It's a cycle. Like birth, aging, death, sicknesses. So when you look at the 12 link, that's how it goes round and round. So greatly influenced by these 4 great rivers. Problem sicknesses, problem of death, problem of aging, problem of birth. So these are not only 4 things. There are so then top of that there's so many complications. Everything's come with the complication. Job, friend, car. Country, like systems, tradition, culture, everything's come with the complications. What is that? That's the nature of samsara. That's the nature of samsara. So then if you don't mind, I don't know, I don't mind life like this and this, so there's no need to seek liberation. So then maybe, I don't mind to have another samsara, another human life. So then, so there's you can just work for that, so the main thing is ethics. If you practice, if you live your life very ethical way, so then, if you live your life well, so there will be another human rebirth. So this is for someone who's seeking freedom from samsara. So then that's what those persons should do. So this is teaching for that. Not that easy, like how you say. Every day need to think. Every day need to think. Think about impermanent. Everything change. Everything is changing all the time. Life is precious, very fragile, unpredictables. All this knowledge is necessary to keep day-to-day life simple and reasonable. Top of that, of course, then law of causality. And no. Then you are not shocked. You know what all the life is about. Life is not always about happy, perfect. No, that's not what it is. It is full of complications. It's like ups and downs. Ups and downs and twist and turn. What is the twist and turn? Twist and turn, up and down. That's the nature of samsara. It is not that something you are doing wrong. That's what samsara is. So, having a knowledge about law of causality, so then you learn how to accept reality rather than going against reality. Getting old, there's nothing you can do. If you become miserable for that, there's nothing you can do. So that means you are just become miserable, so unhappy about reality. There's nothing you can do. So then that's the one way to look. Oh, I don't want that is not really good. To seek way out, to break the cycle. Then you won't have those problems. Break the cycles. Yes. But getting younger is another problem. Getting younger, then finally become baby. So that's another problem. The best thing is to just accept. The reality and deal with that. And what kind of mindset it requires to deal with that, to understand the reality. Things change. People get old, people die, so then things doesn't go where you plan. Then all kind of complications. That's the nature of samsara. So now the path, you see the last line, not the last one, the third line, Javachepe, path that pleases all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That path is like emphasize on particular path, the path that the wisdom realizing emptiness. Emptiness, okay? So then there will be more explanation of emptiness. Right from the beginning, I'm not happy, but we never examine how you define I, how you define self. We never examine. We just go with that. We never examine. So that's what's called, fundamental confusion. Right from the beginning, I'm so unhappy, so we don't pause and you don't analyze that experience of I and like, is this body? It's not body. No. This is not the body. It's not the body. No, it's something else. But it's called label on the body. But that's the basis of the label. But it's not the person. It's not a person. No? So it look that there will be like in the later on, there will be more like stanza on emptiness. So then I will try to explain much as I could. Okay. Third line, the path pleases all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That path specifically refers to wisdom realizing emptiness. So, true truth, conventional truth, ultimate truth. So then, four noble truth. Four noble truth. If we don't have better understanding of four noble truth, then there will be no way out of samsara. When you expand four noble truth, then it becomes 12 links. outside there's painting. There's an expansion of Four Noble Truth. Two truth expand four truth. Four truth expand, then become 12. So then if you expand the 12, then it becomes numberless. Then it becomes all kind of, all the complications they experience, all the complications experience. So the third line refers to wisdom realizes emptiness. Okay, that passed. Maybe there's a kind of way then so now the way traditionally where you write a book in Tibet, there's like rules to write a book. First you pay homage to a person or to deities, so whom you feel like connections, and the person who has, play very important roles on your knowledge or knowledge that you have, and then you pay homage first. You pay homage, show respect. There's the traditional way of writing a book. Then after that, then you make promise. You make promise that to complete the books. So the purpose of making homage to remove the obstacles, any obstacles that you might encounter while you're writing a book. So then intention is to benefit, just benefit. There's no copyright. All these books, it's been translated in like so many different languages. Author, they don't make even 1 penny. There's no copyright. So when I come to America, first time that I heard the copyright, or you cannot use, you have to have permissions to use. So those authors, their intention is to just to benefit, just to share their knowledge to others to benefit. Nobody makes any money. Not just those Indian masters, but the Tibetan masters like Lama Tsongkhapa, the Lamrim, Shantideva guide Buddhist way of life, widely used. Shantideva never get even 1 penny. So even they have no interest in material possession. They have no interest at all. So all the 18 volumes composed by Lama Tsongkhapa, widely, probably not all of them, but a lot of them translated in different books, and there's no copyright. So that's the one indications that they have no intentions to make money. So they have no intention for fame and wealth. They have no intention. So this book, if someone wants to translate into different language, you don't need to ask any permissions because all the author is passed away. So anybody can translate it into the different language. So then you make you write something, some lines, then you are making promise to complete the books. That's how tradition has been written. So then requesting to those who has interest to seek liberation, then request them to listen with a pure mind, not unbiased, at pure mind, open mind, but better open mind. So now we finish homage, we finish promise to write a book, we finish that, and we finish requesting to listener to requesting listener to listen with a pure mind. So that's now finished. Okay, 2 stanzas and 1 line. Probably took like 5 class or 7 class. I'm not sure how many class, maybe 6. So then the lamdim changing so that jizo lama na chazo the shebi chu kung chum bata shi jababi chewa, chu kung chum bata shi jababi chewas. So this is like typical lamrim writing. So jababi chewa. So you talk about the quality of the author. You talk about quality of the author, what kind of quality the author possess, and you explain that. So then after that, you explain the quality of the teaching itself. If someone follow, what kind of benefit that person will receive. Because Then, Lamdim Chin, Jerusalem, Chancellor also. Also, another way to explain, another way of explaining homage. Homage, but it's one line. You could probably explain, like, probably if you give detailed explanation of that line, probably take like 4 or 5 hours to just one line, So that, for the sake of knowledge, so that is also say Javabi Chewa. So that line, homage, first line, also like you can another way to explain. Also, they also explain the quality of the author, quality of the authors. Okay. Well, then so then next line, next stanza. So after the homage, the next stanza that could be like the you can another way to explain is like you can use that line, the stanza, as a base to explain the quality of the Dharma, quality of the teaching itself. So then the last one that we just read, and that explain how Dharma should be taught and how Dharma should be received. Listen, when you teach, what kind of intention? You see, as I mentioned before, I don't, like I'm the one of the laziest monks that you can ever see. So usually, traditionally, when you look, His Holiness Dalai Lama, when they get on the throne, so they snap their finger. What they are thinking about the death and impermanence. That's the verses. Kamarabri Mameda, Jumasubu Chuba, the Melaloda Trabu, das. So that's the verses that you say, then you snap your finger. Kamarabri, star, mirage, lightning, so there's something that just happened, just disappeared. Just happened, lightning in the sky happened, and after that's gone, like that. Kamarabri Mameda, Jumasubu Kamar. You have the word there? Yeah, maybe Chugala will read. So that's the stanza you read. And after the stanza, then you snap. Reminding yourself, even though you are sitting here, you are not free of death. So also keeps your mind, how to say, keep you straight, keep you on the track. Huh? Keep you on the track. You can't say, how many people listen to me, so I'm so. This thing doesn't help. When you die, this thing doesn't help. Only thing that helps if you have positive mindset. That's the only thing that can help. Height of the throne, the decoration of the throne, all of that, it doesn't help. So you have to understand that right from the beginning. You have to make sure you understand that. Sitting here, sitting there, it doesn't matter. So then you snap your fingers. So then when you say the word, you are thinking of the meaning. It's like this. It's like everything. Like that.
Yes.
Chugala will say the word, so I don't know how to translate. Kamarabri
Marmidam, right? That one? That's right, stanza?
That's like whole, yeah, Kamarabri,
Yeah.
you must remember.
A star, a visual aberration, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such.
Then you snap your finger. Not like, how well my talk will go, how my people will receive my talk. None of those mindset is alive. None of that mindset. It's only things, like awareness of the realities, or like all kind of anxiety, fears, like attachment. None of them. They just this snap your finger. So then you sit down. Then you maintain that thought much as possible throughout the teachings. Much as possible. just for sake of knowledge. Next time when you see something, somebody does something like that, usually I don't do. So that's you are supposed to do when you're supposed to snap your finger. Or you can do that, but at the same time think nothing. So then there's just joke. It's just some kind of like show, you know. Then there's nothing. If you do that, if you think, if you maintain the thought throughout the teaching, then that's good, you know. So, this is, so just for the sake of knowledge, next time when you see, that's what's happening, okay? When that's what's happening. Then the last the stanza number seconds, another way to explain it, like that explains how to receive Dharma, how to teach Dharma. You know, that kind of explains. So, teaching anything with a negative mindset, any form of negative mindset, it kind of pollutes what you say. It kind of pollutes what you say. So another thing I will explain that now. It's kind of related to this. When you look at the, see, this is called teaching mudra. Teaching mudra. This is called teaching mudra. No, it's not just for fun. It's for teaching mudra. So this probably symbolizes Dharma will. This symbolizes renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness, or three vehicles, or three wheels. Not just to talk. While it's facing towards you, that needs to put into practice, not just talk, you know. So you also have responsibility to put into practice, you know. So sometimes they go like this. Typically teaching mudra is like this. This is a teaching mudra. So next time when you see somebody, you know, when they say some word, when they do, this is like teaching mudra, this teaching mudra. Sometimes then you see it like this. This is like they symbolize teachings. The purpose of teachings put into meditations, practice. So that's what it symbolizes. Teachings, the meaning of the teachings to put into meditations. That's why the meditative hand gesture is like this. Then that means, you know, this is like teaching is to practice, to put into practice. So they symbolize that. This teaching, then put into practice. So yeah, this just for if next time if somebody asks, so that you explain. If it's the books, they should be like this. Don't just talk. Also read yourself. Need to read or think. Oh yes, so now the third line now is begin actually you know book actual teaching itself. It's begin with the actual teaching itself. So namda nginju meba sizo dende jinishi tamila sila kuma kunishi tomba nginju tsaros. Namda nginju meba sizos. Samsara is like, so the Chukila will read in English maybe later. First I will try to explain with my broken English. Namda nginju meba sizo is. Namta means pure thought. Pure thought that refers to renunciations, pure thought. Namda nginju meba sizo. Sizo, siba is like samsara called siba. Cho means oceans. Ocean of samsara. Ocean, samsara is like considered as oceans, or siso, oceans. So, so then you know, Sunday, you know, like on and off, I also sometimes explain on Sunday class. Is without this pure thought. What is the pure thought? The pure thought is renunciations. Without renunciations, there will be no like way out of this, you know, samsara, which is considered as oceans. They will probably refer to liberations. There's no way to achieve liberation. Sila kamba yijana lujana kunishi tomangi jo. Sila kamba yijana kunishi tomangi jo za. Sila kamba yijana. How we become part of samsara? Because we become attached to samsara. We become attached to samsara. So that's why how we become, so we become attached to samsara. That's why we kind of like, how is it? Ching means like, trap. Ching means trap. We trap into samsara. How we become attached to samsara? That's how we become, we become trapped into samsara. Therefore, seek. So therefore, in the beginning, so read, study what is renunciation, what is renunciation, what is for. So first read and think, then put into practice. So then you develop renunciations, then you see the way out. So then now English translation, this is the roughly translation with my broken English.
Without the complete intention definitely to be free from circling, there is no way to...
Complete intentions, or probably better, like pure intention is probably better translation, I think. Namta means pure. Namta. It's a complete.
This without complete intention.
Complete, so yeah, probably better pure intention. So refers to renunciation. So,
without complete intention, definitely to be free from circling, there is no way to pacify attachment seeking pleasurable effects in the ocean of circling.
Makes sense? 남당 인주면 버스서 identification 담에다 쓸라 거면 군내 칭치스 군내 칭치 동방인 주서 군내 칭치 동방인 주서 Some flies, they become attached to sweet things, then they just get trapped, like that. Nothing wrong enjoying eating. There's nothing wrong. Becoming attached, craving, clinking, that opens the door to all kinds of complications. So enjoying. Yeah, so what's wrong with the enjoying cookies? There's nothing wrong, so it's not bad thing to do, So enjoy as much as possible. Meanwhile, fully awake, things will change. People change, mind change, season change, body change. Everything will change. Make sure you don't become shocked. You need to understand right from the beginning it will change. You can rely all your happiness on that, because why it will change. The true happiness comes from mind. True happiness comes from mind by thinking. Yeah, enjoy. That's the result of your positive karma. That you have access to food, clean water, clean air. Like no war. Like this is all result of your positive karma. Enjoy as much as possible. Same time, be fully prepared that it's not reliable. You can't count your 100% happiness on that. Can't reliable. This all looks beautiful, nice, wonderful, all the goodness, good, enjoy, but with the full awareness, For example, health. Enjoy as much as you can, but it's not going to be the same like forever. It will change. One day you get headache, should not be surprised because you have head. If you don't have head, you don't get headache. First place. So samsara life is going to be like ups and downs, twists and turns. So that's the nature of samsara. Okay. So that I've been saying last couple of Sundays. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with enjoying things. There's nothing wrong. At the same time, you need to be fully prepared. When you change, fully prepared to let it go. That's what I mean. You can't be uptight. You can't be uptight. You have to be flexible based on the realities. When it shifts, it's no shock. You know right from the beginning. You know right from the beginning. You know that. It's not surprising. So then there's no, makes your life easier. That makes your life, easygoing person. Okay. Those now that everybody, enemy, friend, strangers, American, Tibetan, white, black, Asian, all of them, we are all human. If you are free from samsara, you have no problems. If you are part of samsara, no matter how you look, what kind of title you possess, how much money you have, you are not free from suffering. So there's a foundation for universal compassion. Without having better understanding of Four Noble Truth, there will be no universal compassions. Universal compassions require Four Noble Truth. That's the technical term they use in Dharma teaching, but basically understand the reality. Everybody has problem. Everybody has problem. So when you understand, when you start to understand that, then there's foundation to develop compassion. Even through Donald Trump, our President Donald Trump. So see, without clear understanding of Four Noble Truth, so there will be no universal compassion. It's only going to be here, between universal compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, all of us going to be right here, nothing here. If you understand, based on your being part of samsara, you study, you learn, you read Lamrim, so now time to apply to everybody, no matter how they look, or externally, what kind of culture, what kind of religious belief they have. Everybody is looking for happiness every single second, looking for happiness. Going around, driving around here, going to the store, sleeping, everything's for seeking happiness. Nobody is seeking suffering, nobody, including yourself. You don't have extra reason to be happy. No, everybody has the same reason. So everybody seeking. Once you understand that through meditations, based on knowledge, then your perception change. Then more and more positive thought rise. Then life is going to be better up, much better up. The minute you wake up, you're thinking something positive. While you're sleeping, thinking something positive. While you're eating, thinking something positive. While you're taking a shower, thinking something positive. Can you imagine? Life is going to be much healthy. That's called healthy mind. If there's healthy mind, there will be healthy body, Healthy mind, healthy body. That's what is. Eventually, all the disturbing thoughts kind of disintegrate one by one. So then, just pure thought. That's all you have. Just pure thought. No matter where you look, you have thinking something positive all the time. So then, doesn't matter living here, America, living in India or Nepal, in the cave in the middle of Himalayan mountains, living there material-wise, nothing. You can be the most happiest human being on the planet, living in the cave. Because your perception, your attitude change dramatically. Your attitude change. So, that means you have healthy mind. Doesn't matter if you believe in something, if you don't believe in something, your healthy mind will take care of this life, not just this life. If there's something goes on after this, your healthy mind will take care of that. Nothing to worry. So that requires a lot of thinking, meditations. That's what meditation means. Thinking, not just like. This is like when you meditate. That's how you sit. This is just sitting position. That's how you sit when you meditate. Meditate means like, doesn't mean like sit like this. Throughout the day, thinking, all the time thinking. Eventually, Tabaramjam, just pure. No matter where you look, just pure. That's what you see. That's your perception of world, just pure, just pure. Environment is like mandala. The being in there in environment like darkness, you see, like then that's good, just pure thought. So then you sleep well, you have good dreams, you have nightmares, you have good dreams. While you're awake, there are a lot of friends, people like to hang out with you because you're always positive, and so then everything will, even in life in samsara, will be much better off, much better off. So this is what the next slow we go next on just so Ranja Koala Taba Chabala Tadu Lochicus. The first and foremost importance to seeking out of samsara, this renunciations, no renunciations, no like way out. Koala Taba Chabala Tadu Lochicus. You think something, it makes you happy. Something you're just not eating by something, you're just thinking something, kind of makes you happy. Oh, so that is true happiness. That's true happiness. No, don't need to eat anything, look anything, so they can be done like that. If you become attached to samsara, let me tell you, there's stories. There's two friends. They're very good friends, and they probably both, one of them died fast, the second one probably died later, I'm not sure, but they both died. One probably was born in the higher realm, celestial realms, and probably wondering where his friend might be. His friend might be wondering. Turns out that his friend was born as a beetle, not the musicians. The beetle, the bugs, they live under the cow dung. And finally he found out that his friend is living under the cow dung. So then he said, then finally said, oh, I was so happy that I found you, that you are living here. So come up. Much better. And he said, no, I'm not going to come up. I'm so comfortable here. Become attached under the cow dung. So, so then you don't seek way out, even though it's cow dung that you want to live there. So he decided to live there. That's up to him. Then, so now example he used, Jumba Jungan de Tandeta, Tabetala Mabena, Jumba means prisoner. Jumba. Jungan means prison. A prisoner does not have will to get out. He has no will to get out, and probably freedom from prison is probably more like not going to happen, because first place there's no will to get out. That means enjoying or something, If there's no will to get out, but then there'll be no effort to put into how to get out. If there's will, first place there's no will to get out. The second, the putting then like effort into how to get out, that's not going to happen. If we don't put, if from the first place, if we have no will to get out, then we are not going to get out. You have to have will to get out, hard power to get out. And after that, then you like look for the method how to get out. So then you learn about renunciation. Okay. If you have will to get out, and you will get out, it's only I guess it's a matter of time. This is a matter of time, so you will get out. If you have wish to get out, and you will get out, matter of time. So namshik means how you say in English, how you say, sometime things will get better. Sometime things will get, sometime near the future, then you'll get out or something. Tell mundu kowa kurzu shekebes. The first, very important. What's important? So now you see, these teachings is guiding us step by step. There's nothing missing, step by step, how to get out. First, we have to have will to get out. So then, if you have will to get out, you will get out. It's a matter of time. No, sometimes it will be a matter of time. Then tell them before that, what I should do if you ask this question. Then what I should do, So you are telling me there's a way out. And you said, not just that, then you said, if I have will to get out, then you said I will get out of sometime in the future. So then you ask like how to get out. Tell them before that, before getting out of samsara, what you need to know is like you need to understand this 12 link. You need to understand this, why this cycles. Why does it go round and round? Why does it go round and round? What makes it go round and round? Koa. Timundu koa kuzu shekes, Sajin yani je pumbi ju, yani yandu lemon koa yes. This cycle is samsara. It's not a place. If it's a place, the American people will get out from there fast. Americans will get out fast. But it's not, unfortunately, it's not a place. It's not a place. It's like cycle. It's the continuation of, this cycle. That is samsara. So then, to need to study the will of life, need to study that, look at the painting, what is symbolized, and there's no why there's no like, and I already explained that painting like more than 2 times here at the center. The painting kind of symbolize whole cycles. So why this happening? It's happening because of action, our actions. Whether you call karma or whatever you call our actions. That action is powered by, not by body, or your neighbor, is powered by your mind, your thought. Within that thought, some of them are healthy, some of them are unhealthy, disturbing, very disturbing to you, disturbing to other people. If like, therefore, it's very, very important, to have kind of like some kind of like mindful, so many different types of thoughts rise every single day. Heart is kind of like shocking, like all kind of thoughts rise, Out of them, some of them are just neutral. Oh, this is green. That's not positive, it's just green, Oh, I want to drink tea. That's not really positive or negative, just want to drink tea. And some thought arise, oh, I really don't like my neighbor, so I need to find a way to how to harm them. That is unhealthy thought, that's disturbing thought. So, we need to analyze every single thought that rises. We need to look at them very closely, one by one. So who get opportunity, who doesn't get opportunities? Who can come in and out, who can come in, who cannot come in? We need to guide very precisely these 3 doors, body, speech, and mind. Make sure that who gets in, who gets out. So precisely, every thought that rises, we take time and we analyze them thoroughly before we act on. So very, very important. So that's why this Why this cycle goes round and round? Because of action and thought. So then within the thought, there are some of thought that's called delusions, afflictions, such as like jealousy, anger, attachment, all of that. So something needs to be watched very carefully, like small baby needs to be watched very carefully. So then slowly you become so good at that. So then only positive thought comes in. So then there's no opportunity for negative thought, So in the first place, like when the negative thoughts rise, then you kind of like carry out by that, and creating a lot of stories, be after stories, Then slowly you recognize that and you don't follow them. And not just that, eventually then you stop them. You minimize them, you reduce their power, eventually you root them out for good. So then, like, koa kurzu means like koa kurzu. You have the commentary here?
Yes.
So what it says, can you read this? I was wondering how they translate koa kurzu. Koa kurzu.
Is it the cycle of life?
To understand?
It says, here first we have to understand just how we spin around in this life circle.
Yeah, spin around, that's a good word.
The circle of life is defined as taking on again and again.
Spin around clockwise or counterclockwise.
Doesn't.
Maybe doesn't say it, that means both. Sometimes clockwise, sometimes counterclockwise. Yeah.
The cycle of life is defined as taking on again and again the impure groups of things that make up a normal suffering being.
First, can you read again, please?
Yeah. Here first we have to understand.
First means in order to get out of samsara, the first you have to have will to get out. Then after that, then that.
Just how we spin around in this life circle.
That's how it begins.
Yeah, here first we have to understand.
Yeah, first we have to understand how we spin around clockwise, counterclockwise.
The cycle of life is defined as taking on again and again the impure groups of things that make up a normal suffering being. It is their unbroken stream from life to life.
Some people say, Buddhism is all about thinking about the well-being, other sentient beings, all mother sentient beings. It's like, I can't even comprehend. It was like, there's nothing for me. So as I said, renunciation is for you. Now on, if somebody says, what is for me? Renunciation. That's for you. Don't think there's nothing for you. Yeah, it begins to take care of yourself. That's how it begins. Free yourself. First, free yourself. Free yourself, not just like once a while thinking, not like day and night. Only thing that you're thinking is your freedom from all the problems. That is renunciation. That's for you. From now on, if you say, there's nothing for me in Buddhism, no, renunciation. That's for you. So it helps, whether you can liberate it practically in this life or not. It's all up to individuals. But having this understanding does help. It changes your perceptions. It changes your temporary benefit. It changes your perception. When you look around, same. Doesn't mean you dress well, doesn't mean you are free from suffering, no. Looking good doesn't mean you are free from suffering. Everybody, no matter how they look, Tibetan, American, monks, nuns, lay people, dogs, cat, bird, squirrel in the backyard, all of them, all. So it kind of changes your perceptions, it kind of changes your perception. It allows you to have some understanding what's going on in their life, rather than always thinking about what's going on in my life, and always about, it's not always, this life is not always about you, it's about bigger than you, it's about bigger than you, like, then that's how life makes meaningful, okay? Even just having intellectual understanding does help. It changes your perception. Should not say dramatically, but it does change your perceptions about about other living living beings. It changes your perception about other breathing living beings. Then similar problem here, similar problem there, headache, like cold, and then complaints, someone's not happy. That's part of life. You do your best. Then there's so much you can do. Practically, there's so much you can do. You need to understand you can't fix everything. You can't fix everything because they are not functioning based on your actions. They are functioning based on their actions. So you have no control. You have no control what they say, what they think. You have no control. So then, what do you know? They are seeking happiness. That's all you know. That's the truth. They are seeking happiness. Nobody seeking suffering. That's the truth. You don't need psychic to tell. You know that's truth. If you ask them, are you seeking happiness? Yeah, they will probably say, I'm seeking happiness. So, so that's what you do know. That's what you know. Seeking happiness. But yeah. So everybody is functioning their life based on their action and thought. So there's very little control that you have. Even though you can read their mind, what they're thinking now, even though you can read, you can change. You cannot change. You cannot change. There are spirits who can read our mind. Can they change our mind? No. You are the only one who can change your mind. Nobody else. Nobody else. But somebody can explain teachings, like then lead practice. That's pretty much, So it's up to us. So my point here, just having understanding, it does help. It does help. So. I think it helps also overcome depression. If you understand what is samsara, it helps you to overcome depression. And all kind of extra problem, complications caused by human can be minimized based on knowledge. Can be minimized based on knowledge. So. Then it's been, isn't that wonderful that you say, like, may all sentient beings have happiness, cause happiness. So then if somebody asks you, what is for me, you tell them, renunciation is for you, renunciation. So, it kind of, like, it helps you to deal with the situation. It helps you to deal with situations. I want to be happy, I want to be happy. This kind of mindset, so uptight with it. I want to be happy. No matter what, I want to be happy. If you really want to be happy, you have to create the cause for happiness. Happiness is not just product of simple desire. Everybody has desire. I'm planning my vacation, then my vacation has to be perfect. There's very little control over, you have control over weather and people you're going to see, their positive mind, you have no control, and so many things could go wrong. If you are flexible, so then that really helps. Otherwise, it makes you miserable. Anyway, my point, so. But that's, like, So I'm not sure. So I'm just thinking of other books. Maybe I'll stop here. Okay. So maybe then see you again in May. In May. So going to Argentina for a month long, 1 month, to see my hippie friend. Hippie or happy? Hippie. The Patagonia, the area that people, very simple life, and yeah, they're probably like hippie, so like very simple life. They grow their own food, they live their very simple life. So haven't seen them last about 4 years. So each year I try to go, then something happened. So then I'll be there like and for a month long. Then I'll come back in May. So then continue the class. Okay. So then meanwhile, while I was gone, maybe if you can come together, maybe do like review meditations. Someone can recite the foundation of the good quality. You can just sit down. So then pause line after line, not line after like stanza after stanza, just pause, and that's going to be complete form of Lamrim review meditations. So then if you start to analyze, then it's going to be analytical meditations, a little bit better. Then if you concentrate, that's going to be better meditation, better meditation. And then sometime like discussions, like, so we have 3 nuns here, that you can lead discussions, okay? Yeah. Need our dedication.
The Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 263. We'll read the final Lamrim dedication. From my 2 collections, vast as space, that I have amassed, from working with effort at this practice for great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds lose the mind is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manjushri. May I find and possess the great paths of teachings. May I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means to strong force and compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings. With the points of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion, in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this great path of enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the 10-fold Mahana of virtuous practices, may he always be assisted by the mighty ones. May oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Turn to page 244 and 245, and we'll read the long line prayers. Gandhira we korwe shinkam dir, pendande wa malu shungwe ne, chen we se wan ten sing yatso, jape si te ba de ten juchi. Jonu iye nala wa shochi, awata le sembara soka, dosangye we de ton le pelsho, shashu kengye lama so, tu chan jin jan gengye we, ten kyong pe we, kunzu do bo ze,
Chosam go le man pa na lo lo
Mi me tare tu re so ha. Om 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 tare tu re so ha.
Oh yeah, thank you.